Hey everybody, and welcome here to the channel. Hopefully you have a great day wherever you are in the world. Today we're going to be talking about the Z, and we're going to use this article from Car and Drive, and it's written by Dan Edmond. As always, I have a link to this article in the description below, so let's get to it. The Z is new, it's coming out, and it's fantastic. The 2023 Nissan Z first drive, and I really like it. I think it's a fantastic car. I really can't fault it. Back at the last video I made what I wish to have an inline 6 engine. Well, Nissan is not making inline 6 because this engine just comes from Renault. It's a big corporation, so they don't have any plans right now of making an inline 6. So unfortunately, but Mazda is, and as we know, BMW has inline 6. But anyway, so this car, they just go on about the history of the Z, and Z, oh my god, it's amazing, etc., etc. But this is no comparison to the original Z, because the original Z had an inline 6 and this doesn't. This has a V6. Nothing wrong with it, just makes a lot of horsepower. I just think the inline 6 just gives you more. The packaging is better. I'll show you a picture just give you an idea. There you go. That car, the one in red, has an inline 6, and this car has a V6. So completely different design. Again, this is so many reasons these cars are different. Against, you know, the times when they were made, etc. It's a more modern car, regulation, etc., yada yada yada. But I'll just kind of give you an idea. What, you know, we're looking at the car, I think it looks fantastic. I like the tail light, I like the way it looks. Definitely the back is really pretty. The front, I don't know, I'm not that square opening. But again, you know, I think once you buy it and you drive and you fall in love with it, I'm pretty sure you just be okay with it. Look from the side, it looks nice. It retained the same door handle that the Z. The back end still looks like the Z, honestly. Again, I'm just gonna try to get to the point I'm trying to say, because I'm all about the internal of the car. That's why I kind of like what makes it tick, makes it work. The back has a limited slip differential, which is a limited slip differential proper. I'm talking about a clutch type limited slip differential, no more that viscous nonsense that Nissan was throwing at us. So and remember, the car hasn't really changed that much. It's just getting a repackaged vehicle. Okay, it's the same Q50 and Q60 Red Sport, so it's kind of really similar to it. The engine, the VR30DDTT, basically what stands for the 30 is the VR is just the engine code. The 30 is the Displacement 3.0. DD, dual overhead cam, twin dual overhead cam, obviously, and the TT, twin turbo. So it shares a lot of the engine. It's making 400 horsepower, 6,400 RPM, 250 foot-pound of torque at 1,600 RPM. This car, virtually no lag in the turbo. Again, you still get the instrument panel that we so love about the Z. I'm trying to get you the picture of the interior. They're taking a lot of pictures of the exterior because it's just basically showing you the... again, there you go. That's the engine. It's very, 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 very compact. I've driven plenty of Z's, and the Nismo, the latest one, the Nismo one, and my thing about the Z is I just despise want to work on this car. I do not want to work on this car. These cars are reliable. They last a long time, but just this simple maintenance is complicated. And the packaging, I wish Nissan would just make an inline 6 and call it a day, but they haven't done an inline 6 since after the RB26. I don't know of any inline 6 they have made. So again, I'm asking too much. Most consumers wouldn't even remember RB26. I don't even know what that is, and I just use, even a 200ZX had a V6. Okay, so they've been doing V6 for over a couple of decades already. So asking for inline 6 is me reaching too far out there. It's just a good job Nissan making this car. They continue improving it. As I said, like, the packaging is very compact. Even Car and Driver admittedly mentioned it. It's very compact engine. Integrated exhaust manifold. So basically what that means is that there's no more exhaust manifold. It just immediately goes from the block to the turbine. And that's something also available on the K-Series engine. Honda been doing that. It's just cheaper. It's less space, more compact for the design. So it is what it is. So you have integrated exhaust manifold, and then you have the turbines built in. They have a built-in speed sensor linked to the wastegate to keep impeller speed near their maximum. So wastegate, electronic wastegate. There's also a recirculator circuit that helped me. Yeah, that's just very common. Recirculation circuit that helps maintain turbo speed when you lift off the throttle. Yeah, we my Lance Revolution has that. So anyway, it's just, that's basic, but it's glad to have all these components in the vehicle. Again, the gauge cluster is very, very standard with the Z. But one thing I like about the interior, I'm so happy to get rid of that stupid bar that was right here. They made the car completely useless. So now they have the strut bar here. I don't want to call it, I don't really want to call it a strut bar. I don't know, this is like a decorative bar. Because the strut right here. But I'm glad they got rid of it, because now it's actually more useful. You could actually use the back a little bit more. I love the infotainment system. I think it looks really, it looks clean. I love the digital knobs. I mean, previously without those digital knobs, I mean, I love the analog knobs, because everything being digital, it gets kind of annoying when trying to like increase and reduce volume, etc. So they paid attention to that. One thing you notice, the climate control is, again, everything analog. It's just easy to operate. You don't have to look at it, just immediately go on and change the AC, whatnot you need to do. The steering wheel is telescopic now. Yay! Everybody go yay! Now we can move it forward and back before you just sat on it. Like just, you can go up and down, but it didn't come at you. So now they adjusted that. The display is beautiful. This display is awesome. I love the fact you could customize. You can go crazy with it, and that's one thing I think is very amazing about it. I didn't really like those wells. You know, the instrument panel from the older Z, like the 300, you know, the 350Z and whatnot, the 370. I wasn't a big fan of those. So I'm glad now we have a clean, flush screen. Obviously those gauges. Right now, one of them is, because before it was battery and like water temperature and whatnot. Now I think they have is what is this like? That's boost. Yeah, boost. And that's a turbine boost. And both, I don't know what this one is. I can't tell. That looks also like turbine. I'm not sure. This obviously looks something like well, you know what? Let's click on it. What is it? I have to go through the pictures, but well, we'll find out what it is. I'm gonna go around with the pictures, and I'll be able to say. No, they give me more pictures of the exterior. I know people love the way a car looks. I'm more of the inside, what makes the car works, but they're showing us sliding and whatnot. Again, you know, take it to the track and see what the limit. They talk about it handling really well. The suspension now it has is a monocoque, tubular monocoque, not monocoque, but the shock body of it. You know what? Let me get you exactly what it is. The Monotube. There you go, Monotube Shocks, which is, again, it's just, everything is an upgrade. I don't see any issues with this car. As far as the handling, they address some of the handling. The clutch type limited sub differential, that tells you they mean business. The staggered tires, if you get the sport package, you get 255 in the front, 40 19s, and 275 in the rear, 30 19s staggered. I think they're just amazing. I love that. Again, here you go. The monotube, the suspension, that I'm a more precise monotube unit that developed dampening force far more quickly. I mean, right now we live in an age where everything is digital. So monotube suspension, I think Nissan in the future is going to include a unit that's basically electronically controlled dampening instead of the monotube. This is just what you're going to get for that price range. For that 40,000, if you get the sport package, about 50,000. Are they gonna make a Nismo one? Absolutely, they will make a Nismo one. You can bet your sweet dollar that will make one. The transmission, again, I drove the Z transmission, it was okay. Again, nothing beats the S2000 transmission. If I've driven one, driving the S2000 transmission, from there on, everything follows under. I don't have any issues with the Nismo Z when I drove it. The transmission was good, and this one also has the option where you don't have to rev match. I mean, I personally don't mind. I do rev match naturally without even paying attention, so I think having that option would just take something off your mind if you don't want to do it. It's good to have if you don't want to use it. You don't have to use it. Okay, so now we're looking at the turbine boost. What? Why do you need... Wait, what? Okay, that's the PSI. And the turbo speed, and then voltage. Okay, I guess because when you let go off the gas, you might reduce some pressure, but the turbine is still spinning. Okay, get rid of the battery. Nobody cares about the battery. Give us the oil pressure, please. Oil pressure. If you really care about one thing in the car, oil pressure. Oil pressure. Repeat after me. Oil pressure. The oil pressure drops. You don't want to drive. So to me, oil pressure, absolutely, for longevity of the vehicle. As far as boost, it's a you can tell when this thing is good to have, absolutely. So the turbine is fine. The battery is my least. I don't really much care. Yeah, it makes a difference if battery is bad, but I think oil pressure is, but it's expensive oil pressure. The battery gauge is easy. But, if you want to get all this data, OBD2 link, and you can probably extract all the information out of the ECU. This is just the gauges that's available, so I'm not knocking it. It's good to have. Again, look at the interior. The Nismo will definitely have the bucket seat, but as it looks right now, it looks inviting. It's a classic two-door, sport car. It's amazing, and it's higher end, obviously, from the BRZ and the FRS, because you get way more horsepower. It's just a little bit heavier. 3,500 pounds. I think it's too heavy, in my opinion. It should not be this heavy. It's not a big car. Where is all that weight coming from? I mean, I know they're doing it for the right comfort. I know the engine is heavier. The new engine is about 100 and something pounds heavier than the older engine, the naturally aspirated engine. So there's a reason why it's heavier. But I personally, every time I get in the Z, I always wonder why that weight coming from. They're fat. The door handles, I hope they got rid of that weird chrome, the one that scratches off. See, all the door handles all scratched off. So I'm hopefully there's some material that just lasts a bit longer. Again, the armrest, I like a raised armrest, but it's just me. You can find an aftermarket support for that. The brakes, no more Brembos. I don't know if the Brembo is going to come back with the Nismo. That's something we'll find out. As far as the wheels, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to go aftermarket with the wheels, but the way it looks fine. It looks pretty. The front, I'm okay with it. I'm not really a big fan of the bumper, but again, I'll definitely overlook it when I'm driving it. It's, the feel, it looks great. I'm being nitpicking a little bit about the bumper, but it's just my personal opinion. Probably someone else will look at it and say, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. And again, I think it's a fantastic car. All in all, it's a fantastic car. The limited slip differential tells you that Nissan is being serious. Developing that limited slip, you have no idea. Most people do not go with that effort of developing a limited slip differential, a clutch type limited slip differential. So I'm very glad that Nissan is doing so. Let's go further looking at the rest of the details. So let's see the specs. Front engine, rear-wheel drive, 2-passenger, 2-door hatchback. The base price, $41,150 for performance, $51,150 for the Proto. So no, the Sport is $41,000, the performance is $51,000, and Proto. Oh, that's the Proto. That's like they're making like 100, 200 something units. So basically, it's one that has like just special paint. So there you go. I'll read that for you. There's also special paint and trim launch edition called the Proto for $54,015, but it's capped at 240 units. I wouldn't waste my money on that unless you're a collector and you just want to put it in a vault and about, I don't know, 25 years later, release it and try to make some money. If I wouldn't waste my money on that. I personally, so what was my opinion? My opinion is to wait and get the Nismo one. No doubt. No doubt. I never get the first edition of anything coming out unless you're a collector. But if you're not a collector, and I won't do it, I will wait. But if you want to get a car right now, and you don't mind driving it for like a year or two until they make the Nismo edition and then take that to the dealership and put it as a down payment, yeah, absolutely go for it. You have a lot of blast. I mean, I'm not saying that this engine is not fast enough. I mean, 400 horsepower is plenty, and as you can see when they were doing the reviews, they never complained the fact that it's a little bit heavier at 3,500 pounds, 150 pounds heavier than the previous version. They weren't complaining. The engine is just doing great. That's what's amazing about having a turbocharger and the technology that comes with it. So that's fantastic. 400 horsepower, 6,400 RPM, torque at 250 at 1,600. That's fantastic. 0 to 60 in 4.2, 4.4. It probably has to do with which spec you're getting. I believe the bigger tires will probably give you a better launch. So I'm assuming that's probably the performance version get you to 4.2, which is still fairly quick. Remind the SUV that I did review. I did with the BMW SUV, and they were complaining. The SUV weighing 4,500 pounds did that in 3.5 seconds. It's just, I kind of give you appreciation. This is a dedicated sport car, and it's the BMW just says nope. But again, the price range is there's no comparison. Okay, the other one is like what, $30,000 extra. So anyways, going back to the Z, quarter mile in 13. I mean, these numbers at this modern age right now where we at, it's not really fast. Let's just put it out there. It's not. But it's, in my opinion, that's plenty fast. So, whatever your butt dyno, what it says, in my opinion, this is fairly quick. Looking at the numbers, you might think to yourself, oh, what my M3 does, you know, my M4 does. Well, yeah, I mean, again, look at the price range. For that price, you're getting this performance, which is great. As far as the weight, again, I just wish it was a little bit lighter. A lot of these numbers are a little bit lower because it's a heavy car. I don't know why they're making it heavy. 3,600 pounds. Like, come on. Come on, Nissan. That's the only thing I have to say about this car. They keep getting fatter and fatter and fatter. And dude, where are you getting the weight from? It's not that big of a machine. Where is the weight coming from? Yes, I'm almost fascinated by that. Where? From what exactly? The tub is that heavy? I understand the engine is 150 pounds heavier than the previous engine. But, I mean, could you reduce weight somewhere else? Again, I think it has to do with the right quality. The Z always was never a light car. So I think it has some probably to do with the end of the day, just you cruising this car. It's a grand touring car. It's meant to drive long distance and be comfortable. I think maybe that's the reason why. If you know, let me know in the comments below if you think you know the reason why these cars just keep getting heavier. The 9-speed automatic, they have nothing but praise for it, by the way. And they're saying, you know, the way you just hit the brakes, pull the both pedals, and it gets you on launch mode, and just let go of the brakes, and the car just takes off. It's 9-speed automatic. That's crazy. The 6-speed manuals, as I said, it's good. I don't want to say it's S2000 good. I haven't driven this particular one, so I have no idea. But no complaints. The MPG 2428 combined city highway. They give you so many different numbers, but let's just say I'm just gonna tell you most likely what it is. 20 miles to the gallon. That's what you're gonna get. You drive slowly on the freeway, you might get 24. Yay, 22. So again, there's nothing wrong with it. I love this car. I can't wait to get to see it on the auto show. That's one of those cars. Oh, I definitely have to go see it in the LA auto show when it comes down here, hopefully in September. So anyway, as always, let me know what you think in the comments below. This has been the 2023 Nissan Z, and it looks great. It definitely, the engine is fast. I just wish it was a little bit lighter, but hey, you can't ask for everything. What we're getting, I'm so happy we got the Z, and Nissan is putting a lot of development in it. The clutch type limited sub differential, the twin turbocharger. I mean, you know, it's one of them. It's water to cool. You know, water to air. You know, it's water to air intercooler instead of my favorite, which is air to air intercooler. But you know, I'm pretty sure aftermarket community will jump into that and know, you know, this is just an unmodified Z. Wait until they get a hold of the modification this car is gonna start receiving. The modding community will engulf this car with parts and love. So anyways, as always, thank you for watching, and if you like, why not subscribe and give a thumbs up. I always appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching. Have a good one wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.